Hey, welcome to the Concrete Homestead. Today we're doing part 2 of our how to make your homemade beef jerky. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we really appreciate our viewers. I'll turn you around here and show you what's going on. Okay, right here we have 2 bags, which it was 4 in the last video. I double bagged it and the inside bags ended up leaking, so I took them out. We got 2 bags of round meat, beef, and we marinated them for 2 days. So 24 hours is probably fine, but we didn't get to it yesterday. So we're going to take those 2 bags, lay the strips on this rack. This is for this recipe. We're going to lay the strips on these racks, put them in the dehydrator for 30 to 50 minutes and do some preliminary drying. Then I'll get you back and then we're going to add a seasoning. So there's 2 steps to this recipe when you're drying. Okay, we got the strips of meat on the racks and put in the dehydrator for around 30 minutes. So I'm watching the timer on it. I set it for an hour. I'm just watching the timer, and I'm going to mix up my dry ingredients now. Okay, here's our dry ingredients, and I have calculated all these measurements and converted them to weight. And I'll put the original recipe at the end of the video. The meat is in the dehydrator for 30 minutes. So now we're going to mix our dry ingredients. We have organic sugar, 3.5 pounds. This is going to be all organic beef jerky. The beef was organically raised on a local farm, and I went ahead and purchased all organic. This is sea salt. It's not certified organic, but it's from the sea, so that's close enough for me. 10 ounces of sea salt. This is a 16-ounce bottle, so we're going to just put a lot of that in there. Call that good. About 4 ounces of fresh ground pepper. And I've been doing this for like 15 minutes and I still ain't up to 4 ounces, but I should have planned ahead a little more. I'm getting close, so every once in a while I've been putting it in the bowl. Every once in a while you'll see me do this. So fresh ground black pepper. 4 ounces or so of onion powder. And then the recipe calls for 4 ounces of garlic powder, but I made this recipe one other time and I put in my notes, use half the garlic. So I got about 2.5 ounces of garlic powder. That's it. So we'll mix them all up, and then we get the meat out, and we'll put this stuff on the meat. So I'm going to shut you off for a minute while I do the mixing and add a little more fresh ground pepper. Okay, all the ingredients is mixed up in the bowl really good. I put some in a bag. Now we got to get the meat out and put it in the bag and coat the meat with the dry ingredients. And then put it back on here and continue drying. I don't think there's a non-messy way to do this, so I'm going to put you on time lapse so I don't take up your whole day. Okay, you saw me on time lapse. I got all the meat in the dehydrator, and the first couple trays I put the rub on a little too heavy, and so the last couple didn't get quite as much rub, but it'll be fine. It ain't gonna hurt anything. It'll be great. So I'm gonna set the dehydrator now. Okay, so I pushed this. Okay, it's off. Okay, temp is as high as it goes, 160. Whoops, let me show you here. I gotta go through the cycle again. I don't want it to cool. Okay, 160. I turn it, see it only goes down. Yeah, it's as high as it goes. Okay, I'm gonna set it for 6 hours. Probably only need 5 or 5.5, but if I accidentally go away or something. Okay, heating there. Okay, it's set for, and the actual temperature in there is 118. It's going to take it a while with all that meat. It'll never probably get up to 160, but that's as high as the machine goes. So we'll check it in about 3 hours and maybe have a little taste test. Okay, here's an update on the jerky. I said I'd give you an update, and I let you down. This should have been done a long time ago. So the jerky's in the dehydrator, and we set it for 6 hours. So I was outside working on the straw bale garden, and then I checked it at 5 hours, and it wasn't even close to being done. So I let it run till 6 hours and kind of forgot about it. I probably came in just after it shut off, and I checked it again, and I set it for another 2 hours. So you read this, our set temp's 160. Okay, this is actual temp 154 and actual time left. Set temp's 160, time left, I set it for 2 more hours. There's 9 minutes left in this cycle, and it got up to 154. So I'm gonna check it, and it's 5:30 on a Saturday. I may just cook it some more, or I can't break it apart. I'll have to taste it. Wow, so good. I don't think this would hurt to go another hour. Well, just by experience is how you... Boy, it's really close though. I think I'll take it off. Yeah, I think it's good. So we're gonna just hang out here another 8 minutes, and then it'll go through a cooling process, and I think we'll bag this up here. And that would be a total of 8 hours cooked. It's one of the longer ones I've done. Usually it was around 5 hours, but there's a lot of meat in there, and it had a lot of juices on it from the marinade. So it took a little while. So I'll catch up with you here when we take it out and put it in the bag. Okay, sorry about the lighting. I know it's pretty bad here, but you can hear me, I'm sure. So we had a total cook time of 8 hours. That's one of the longest ones I've ever did. I think because I marinated so long, but it's done. It's really hard to explain how to know when it's done, but I can just tell because I've made it so many times. It's very tasty, and yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to pull apart, and I can just tell that it's done there. I mean, there's no moisture in it. There's a little bit of stickiness on the outside because we had so much maple syrup and sugar on it. But I'm going to put you on time lapse and bag this up and then weigh it and give you a final report. Okay, time to end the jerky video. We got 4 big bags of dried jerky. The total weight is 6 pounds 2 ounces times 2. We got 2 families splitting it. Each family gets 6 pounds 2 ounces, so we got 12 pounds 4 ounces of meat, dried jerky meat, from 17 pounds of round meat. That's pretty good. That's the best yield I've ever got. So that's some good meat. It didn't shrink down a lot, and it's very tasty. I would not use as much pepper. It's a little spicy. I like it, but I didn't even put as much in as the recipe called for. I think it has to do with that. It's the first time I have ever used fresh ground pepper. Usually it's just the bought pepper, processed, whatever. So 12 pounds 4 ounces out of 17 pounds around. A good deal. We need to end the video here. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is going to be some tasty jerky and be some good snacks for 2 families for a long time. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and leave us a comment. Have a good one.